Hey, this is Sean Compton, VP of Logistics at OceanX, here with the next installment of our carrier updates. So in the past week, across our board, we noticed a fairly standard transit times across all of our carriers. Nothing really standing out as being excessively long or delays related to weather or anything like that. One area that has been reported a little slower, although we didn't see it in our overall transit times, has been through the central regions of Ohio. This was, reportedly due to a combination of things, including employee illness, quarantines, and attritions. And the USPS is countering this by having carriers work overtime and extra routes to cover the deliveries where falling short. So while not impacting the transit times as a whole, we felt it important enough to bring it up because there is some minor degradation of service in that area that's related to that. Other exciting things in the market include the outlook for the smart parcel delivery locker. In that market last year had a market share of about 677.6 million. Across the next 7 years, that market share is expected to grow to about 1.6 billion. So in tandem with this explosion of e-commerce ordering, as well as other delivery type things, the need for better delivery, protection against theft, and other things of that nature becoming readily apparent. So in addition to providing secured delivery for standard e-commerce parcels, cooling lockers for grocery deliveries are also expected to surge as this sector is growing as well. These lockers can run the gamut from shared banks of lockers for multi-tenant dwellings. Sometimes these lockers will be in a public place or a store that you can get access to as well. But I think we're going to start to see an increase in residential units as well at the single family residences. So I'm old enough to remember when there were little boxes on everybody's porches where the dairy's delivered to. And this kind of takes me back to that. But we're going to start to see more of this over the course of the next several years. The final topic that we have this week is one nobody likes to talk about, right? This is, we're going to talk about hygiene. We're not talking about personal hygiene, no. We're talking about address hygiene. This is one way that retailers can effectively impact costs and deliverability of parcels by ensuring that they're validating addresses at the point of order entry. Many of the shopping carts that are out there now can have an add-on to verify addresses all the way from, say, standardizing it to say this is going to meet delivery guidelines, or even some that go as far as hitting national databases that say this is the correct address for this individual. It's not only important for when you have your first order from a customer, and many times the problem now is that there's free form data entry out there that the customer inputs information into, and it can be prone to error. Most of the time it's not, but it doesn't take too many instances of an incorrect entry till things start to go awry. And it's also important when you're reusing that address for further shipments and subscription programs and the like. So there are some of these tools that actually reach out to move, the national move databases for when people move and update their addresses. Many of the carriers charge a very steep cost for address correction, can push up getting close to $20 sometimes on certain instances. But it also can affect the deliverability. A package could be left where somebody no longer resides, or the forwarding, depending on what kind of service that you're using, can increase costs as well. So very important to keep an eye on the address hygiene and help your deliverability, as well as making sure packages don't go missing. That's it for this week. We'll catch up with you next week. Thank you.